Nope, not doing that anymore. So it's been a while since the last video, I know, I apologise, and a lot of stuff has happened. So obviously about a year ago, the point where it was, we're a few months out from Ironman Barcelona. That obviously was in October, so you can imagine that quite a lot of stuff's happened since then. So we're on to a new challenge now, which means a new series, and a new title obviously. But what's it about? But I'm not going to tell you what it's about just yet, and I think, you know, people who are watching the videos were quite interested in what was happening towards Barcelona. So I may as well say what happened. Since the last video, obviously, I went to the European Championships in Geneva, and that was pretty incredible. So, but didn't go too well. It was just more so for the experience, and it was quite awesome to get to race in the GB kit. Then obviously Barcelona itself. How do you put that into words? I've never kind of been through so much emotional trauma in one event. That it was just like something you never think of. And the physical trauma, I had a good swim, a bust nose and a pair of broken goggles, an alright bike, and then a horrible run. I mean, that is just like, we need to sit down and just talk about the run itself. That was totally just psychologically just breaking. 4 laps, and at the end of each lap you get to run past the crowds and see your family, stuff like that. So to kind of see them time and time again was a good booster. But when it's 4 laps and it's 10 kilometers a lap, that's a long way to go. So I was really kind of down and out of it towards the last 2 laps. But I finished, and you know, just over 11 hours to do your first Ironman is quite spectacular according to some. Personally, I wanted to do better. I mean, that's the type of person I am. I want to do better, but I'm not willing to go out and get it really. So to kind of get that achievement for a first Ironman was spectacular, and needless to say that there was a lot of emotion afterwards. I did cry quite a lot. And after the Ironman, you know, I was after something else. I wanted something else to do to kind of create a challenge that I can say I've done. With working in the ultra runner store, it only seemed fitting that I do an ultra marathon. So I went and did one. I did the Hardmost 30 on New Year's Day, so January the 1st. In that, not as hard as an Ironman, but unbelievable. I mean, 30. It's not even 30 miles. He calls it 30. It's Hardmost 30 mile. Hardmost 30. It's Hardmost miles, which are longer apparently. So it was actually 33 miles in just over 5 hours. You know, I'm not a good runner, but 5 hours is quite good to do 30 miles over Cleveland Way and through some horrible mud and bog and stuff like that. So I was quite pleased with that one. And you might have seen on Instagram, stuff like that, I did the Rubicon 70.3 before going to Barcelona. That kind of set us up towards as to what was going to happen in the Ironman, and gives an eye. So that's just a little backlog of what's happened. I'm sure I'll do another video next week to kind of talk more in depth as to what's been going on. But the question in hand, what does the title mean? What's happening in Poznan? What is the road to Poznan? If you follow us on social media, so Instagram, maybe not so much, but definitely Snapchat, you'll know that I'm going away. So I've just mentioned Rubicon Triathlon, and what happened there was, I went out there for a bit of experience to see what the long distance stuff was about. And it turns out that I could use that time in order to qualify for a championship. So I tried to put it forward to qualify for the middle distance championships, but because my dad didn't want to go, I didn't feel right doing it. But it turns out he wanted to qualify for the European and World long distance championships without telling us. So I went and saw how I could qualify as well. So took a chance, put the qualifying in, and got accepted. So Road to Poznan stands for the road to the European long distance championships in Poznan, Poland. yes, it's happening again, competing for the country. Even though it's age group, it still means quite a lot. And it's such a big event out there, really. It's much more, the team dynamic's much better. But it's also quite nerve-wracking. Not only is it a long course event, but it's also a championship, which it puts a lot more pressure on. And given what happened 2 weeks ago at the Outlaw Half in Holcombe, should things go wrong, I am in for a nasty day. So that's just a little heads up on the racing. Personal life though, what's happened? Let's see. I graduated last week. Yep. So I mentioned about doing university work last year, and I got really down in the dumps about it. But this year, 2016, I got my dissertation done, dissertation handed in. I was really happy with that. So what I looked at was, does warm-up intensity affect run economy and performance? Apparently it does, and I found that out. We looked at getting the article published, but there just wasn't enough kind of finding evidence to back that up. In terms of run economy, there was a significant result, so enough to say that high intensity warm-up does benefit performance. So take that away. So I graduated last week and now looking for jobs. There is some news going around at the minute that I can't tell you just yet, but that's my life at the minute. I'm trying to become an adult, guys. I'm trying to become an adult. It's not working. But we'll travel out on Tuesday, so that'll be Tuesday the 19th. Expect another video by then maybe, but definitely expect videos on the boat. I'm going to be trying pumping them out every day. You're going to see the day-to-day life as to what we're getting up to in Poland, and then they'll be on the day, so hopefully I can teach my brother and mum how to use the cameras again and get a full-on race video. And then there's a big event coming up next year, so there's a teaser. 2017 is big, guys, expect that. So the lead up to then, you'll see what's happening. I'm gonna try, I'm getting a laptop so that I can do my own editing. The issue last year was I had to use a different computer, so I couldn't do a video and edit it straight away. I had to do a video, go away, and then edit it. Whereas now, I've got my own laptop, so I can kind of edit the videos at home, so they'll be coming out thick and fast. But I'm not going to become one of these posy bloggers. I'm just kind of doing it because it's a bit of fun and it annoys people, I guess. So Poland next week, and then see where life takes us. But if you made it this far, thanks for watching, and I look forward to seeing your comments posted below. Bye.